Hey guys, Tarkabor here again, back at it with another quest. This time it's gonna be Rune Mystery. This is probably the first quest that I'm doing in this guide that actually is like a storyline and it's involving one of the same. And so pretty excited to get that done. I remember when it came out. I remember when the Wizard's Tower got revamped too. Before I was fighting that demon that's way at the top floor. Hit by halberds. This got released the same day that the vamp, so cool. And they consequently replaced the old rune mysteries. I know in OSRS you go talk to one of the wizards and he tells you to go all the way to Varrock and Strawberry, figure out the rune essence mine secrets or whatever the heck. Ooh. Yeah, this one's a lot more interesting. You don't really need anything to start it, no items. It's pure lore and it's part of the area. Let's get started. We're right here.
Velina, the tower is in danger. I need to speak to Archmage Cedrador.
I'm sorry, Ariane. The Archmage was clear. Maybe if you told me why, I could pass on a message.
I can't explain. Listen, if the Archmage can't see me, perhaps I could speak to Wizard Eleron.
I'm sorry, Ariane. You are barred from entering the tower for any reason.
Can I come into the tower?
You can come in. It's only a few people who've been specifically forbidden. Practitioners of dark magic.
I told you it wasn't like that. I knew what I was doing.
What do you want? Okay.
Velina, the tower is in danger.
I'm sorry, Ariane.
I can't explain.
I'm sorry, Ariane. You can come in.
I told you it wasn't.
What's happening here?
This is none of your business, outsider.
No, wait, I recognize you. You're the adventurer Xenia mentioned. Will you help me again?
Oh, so if you completed the death pact, the blood pact before this, then it has that continuation. That's cool. Sorry, who are you?
I'm the wizard Ariane. I'm sorry, just Ariane. I'm a former tower wizard. I'm an adventurer now, based out of the Champions Guild.
What can I do to help?
Could you take a message to Archmage Cedrador for me? Depending on how he reacts, I may need your help with other things.
What?
Thank you. Just go to Archmage Cedrador and... Wait, no. Too late. There's something happening.
Oh! Ah! Do something! Get that thing away from me!
Come on. My message can wait. Let's see what's happening. Cast airstrike at the vortex. Draw it into the power beam. Grab Boren's mind spike if you need one. He's dropped it next to him.
Oh. Dialog.
Cast airstrike at the... Grab Boren's mind spike.
Like cast
Wield
airstrike.
Boren's mind spike. Select airstrike from your spellbook and then attack the vortex.
What's going on?
I'll try to explain later. Right now, you need to deal with the vortex.
Are you okay?
I'll be fine. It's a disabling ward, but it stops me using magic, so you'll have to deal with the vortex.
I'll deal with this. Take the mind spike.
You can't damage it. Cast. You can't damage it. Cast.
And I believe you're supposed to attract it. Energy.
Thanks, adventurer. Talk to me again outside the tower if you still want.
Okay, then we talk to her. The bridge outside.
I can't believe Cedrador would set up a ward to keep me out. I didn't realize he saw me as that dangerous.
What was that thing in the library?
That's what I want to find out. I know the tower is in danger, but I don't know the details.
But do you know the tower's in there?
I can't believe Cedrador would... That's what I want to find out. I'm a seer. I have premonitions sometimes, flashes of information, emotional impressions, nothing precise. Lately, I've been having visions of the tower in flames. But I don't know any details and I can't prove anything. I came here to investigate and now I find I can't get into the building.
Sounds like you don't like these
People talk about wizards having a gift for magic. But the first thing you're told when you join the Wizard's Tower is that it's not true. Magic isn't handed down by gods or random chance. Anyone can learn it if they put in the effort. But being a seer runs in families. It's not something I worked for. When I told the other wizards about it, they resented me. I tried to use my magic to understand and control my ability. My goal was to integrate it into magical theory so I could teach it to other wizards. But I ended up being expelled from the tower.
Why aren't you allowed into the tower?
There are schools of magic besides the tower's standard spellbook. I used a forbidden source of information when I was trying to understand my premonitions.
What do you want me to do?
I need you to go into the tower for me. Talk to the wizards and find out what's happening in there. Archmage Cedrador is the head of the tower, so you should talk to him. I think Wizard Elrond might help as well. He was my mentor while I was there. You should talk to the other wizards as well. Ask if they've seen anything unusual lately. One of them must have seen something that will help us.
Huh? Goodbye. Send the beam twice. To Wizard Trayborn.
Hello, young thingamy-what?
Thingamy-what?
Thingamy-what? Where? These pesky thingamy-what, they get everywhere. They leave a terrible mess, too.
Tell me what they look like and I'll mash them.
Don't be ridiculous. No one has ever seen one. They're invisible, a myth, or a figment of my imagination. Can't remember which right now. Hello, young thingamy-what?
Teach me to be a mighty and powerful wizard.
Wizards, eh? You don't want any truck with that sort. They're not to be trusted. That's what I've heard, anyway.
So, aren't you a wizard?
How dare you? Of course I'm a wizard. Now, don't be so cheeky, or I'll turn you into a frog. Hello, young thing.
Have you seen anything unusual lately?
I've seen them in the power beam, you know. Thingamy-what.
In the power beam?
I like to look at the power beam sometimes. There are so many things we see every day, but never look at, aren't there? Or look at every day, but never see. I see things in there. Thingamy-whats. No one else sees them. They think I'm mad.
Thingamy-whats?
What? No, not thingamy-whats. Don't be ridiculous. They wouldn't fit. It was a sort of swirly, sparkly thing.
It was in the power beam?
I like to look at the power beams. I see things.
Where do these things come from?
This tower was built on the ruins of an old tower. That's where it came from, the swirly thing. I saw it come up through the floor of the library.
Ariane might be interested by Wizard Trayborn's information. Okay. And then we talked to Archmage Vedrador. Southern room.
Welcome, adventurer, to the world-renowned Wizard's Tower. How can I help you?
Ariane says the tower is in danger.
Yes, I'm aware of that. Wizard Valina told me she was here. You can tell Ariane that her concerns have been noted. I'm preparing to deal with the anomalies in the power beam, so there's no cause for concern.
Don't you believe her?
I can see that there is some evidence that she has premonitions, but unless she can give me more specific information, there's really nothing I can do.
Why won't you let Ariane into the tower?
You know what she did, don't you?
He said he used the forbidden source of information?
Wizard Ariane was our most promising student. She could have been Archmage someday. I overlooked her gallivanting off as an adventurer. Everyone's reckless in their youth. But I can't allow a demon worshipper in the tower. The tower has had strict rules against Zamarakian wizards for the last 100 years, and I have to apply that, even to her.
What are you gonna do?
I'm preparing an Icenic purge. It'll send a surge of energy through the power beam, which should overpower whatever creatures have managed to enter it.
Question. Right.
Yes, you can tell Ari. I'm prepared.
Ariane might be interested to hear about Archmage Sedrador. Okay, and then the last person to talk to is Wizard Elleron. And
what can I do for you on this glorious day, adventurer?
who are you?
I am the Wizard Elleron, Grand Master of the Order of Saradomin, initiate into the inner circle of the Rune mysteries, heir to the sacred tradition of the Staff of Fire. Impressive, no? We wizards love to invent titles for ourselves. All it really means is that I'm one of the senior wizards of the tower.
Ariane says the tower is in danger.
Are her premonitions still troubling her? I feared as much. Please let her know that I take her seriously, even if no one else does. I will do everything I can to convince Archmage Sedrador to take action.
You know about her premonitions?
When I took Ariane on as my apprentice, she asked me to help her suppress her premonitions. She didn't want to stand out because of a natural gift. She wanted to stand out, if at all, by the work she put in. I told her that that was admirable, but it would be wrong to turn down an advantage the gods had given her. I helped her to harness her gift, to refine it, and to zamorak with what the other wizards thought. With hindsight, it shouldn't have surprised me when Cedridor expelled her just for using every source of knowledge at her disposal.
Arya might be pleased to hear that Wizard Elrond is still on her side. Okay, and then bottom floor. Up to Ariane.
Have you learnt anything from the wizards in the tower?
Spoken to some of the wizards.
So what did you learn?
Archmage Cedridor said he's preparing an Icenic purge.
What he means is he's going to flood the tower with magic without knowing what he's dealing with. It might work, but I want to be sure. We should find out more.
Archmage Cedridor said you're a demon worshipper.
I spoke to the demon. Spoke to it. But there's no middle ground with Cedridor. Step outside the line and you're a red wizard.
Wizard Elrond told me about your premonition.
He's the only tower wizard who was sympathetic. He convinced me to work on them, rather than suppress them. But that doesn't help us with the problem. We need to find out what these vortices are.
Wizard Treeborn said something came through the library.
Through the library floor? But that means it was something from the old tower.
The old tower?
This tower is built on the ruins of an older one, which burned down 100 years ago. The story is that Zamorakian wizards betrayed the other orders, but the details of what happened are a mystery. I do know it happened just after the wizards discovered the inner secret of the Rune mysteries. The Rune Essence teleport spell. Perhaps that discovery led to a conflict. The surface part of the old tower was destroyed by the fire, and the new tower was built on the same place. But the underground levels of the old tower are still there.
Let's get down there and investigate.
Good idea. It's not going to be easy though. Archmage Perian sealed the lower levels when he built the second tower. There's a rumor that the door can be opened using the water surge spell, but many wizards have tried casting that spell on the door and failed. It's more likely that there's a key hidden somewhere in the tower. Could you go back into the tower and find the key? I think Wizard Elrond will help us if we tell him what we're doing. You should start by talking to him.
You're right on it. Okay, go up 2 floors. And then... yeah. Elrond.
What can I do for you on this glory?
How can I get into the old tower?
Alas, even senior tower wizards aren't allowed into the ruins. I certainly couldn't tell the secret to a disgraced ex-wizard and an outsider, however much I might privately want to help you.
Ariane said you'd help.
Ariane is a brilliant mage, but she has never mastered the subtleties of human interaction. The oath I swore to the tower prevents me from helping you.
You privately want to help us?
One wonders what it is that generations of archmages have wanted to keep locked away down there. Forbidding a source of knowledge goes against the principles upon which the first tower was founded.
You do know, though.
No one except Archmage Cedridor is allowed to know the secret of entry to the ruins. Naturally, I've heard the rumors.
You mean the rumor about water surge?
Many young wizards have wasted runes casting water surge on the door to no effect. A few, however, have speculated that the key might lie not in casting that spell, but in understanding it.
What do you mean the key lies in understanding water surge?
It was the Archmage Perian, first Archmage of the new tower, who sealed the lower levels. He had an idiosyncratic understanding of magic and its relationship to other arts. Perian had the pipe organ installed in the library, and he wrote a treatise on the relationship between magic and music.
So you're saying there's a clue in Archmage Perian's book?
I don't recall saying anything of the sort. If you did want to read that book, though, for its historical interest, perhaps you could find it on one of the bookshelves on the ground floor.
Okay, so the girl. We find a book entitled The Harmony of the Runes and a book entitled The Runes of the Spells of Water. First one. By Perian, apprentice of Unaya, the first Archmage of the Reborn Tower. It is already well known that the harmonies of music are expressed in the motions of the heavenly bodies, but I believe they can also be found in the relationships between the runes of magic. This I have proven to my satisfaction by both reason and experiment, and it is further confirmed by Samuel Scourduel, who writes in his third voyage that the elves of the western lands can shape magical crystals by sounding harmonies on enchanted flutes. Just as there are 12 notes of the chromatic scale, there are 12 runes used in the magic of the tower. Mind, air, water, earth, fire, body, cosmic, chaos, nature, law, death, and blood. Some have theorized the existence of other runes, but they do not figure in the harmony. We can therefore assign to each rune a pitch, beginning with mind, A, then air equal A sharp, and so forth up the scale, the attached diagram. For the apprentice learning the spellbook of the tower, this linking of magic and music provides an aid to memorization, since the runes used for each spell can be expressed as a melody. It is for this reason I have commissioned the building of a pipe organ in the tower library. I submit, however, that the harmony of the runes, is also a profitable contemplation for the experienced wizard. That meditation on the music of magic can provide a key to the deeper levels of rune mystery. By Jalarast, apprentice of Treborn. This volume lists the runes required by the old method of casting spells as used by the Archmage Perian and the wizards of the old tower. These sequences differ from the new method of casting spells and are little practical, but they are preserved here for their historical interest. Water Strike. 1 water, 1 air, 1 mind. Water Bolt. 2 water, 2 air, 1 chaos. 3 water, 3 air. Water Blast. Water Wave. 7 water, 5 air, blood. Water Surge is 10 water, 7 air, 1 blood, 1 pictures. But I think this might correspond to the the spells evolution of. Okay, and you're supposed to use those reference the organ up here.
Oh, all right. If you must play the organ, at least keep to the top manual. It's quietest. Not even Archmage Cedridor could concentrate with a racket from the loud manuals.
I have an organ in the.
It's been here since the tower was rebuilt. I think the first Archmage was a little eccentric in his architectural preferences.
Play the water. You place the diagrams from the books onto the... So, yeah, you're supposed to play... Eight, 10, 11 times A sharp. One times E sharp. You take the key. Okay, then we head to the north side of the island and talk to Ariane.
Have you made any progress with getting the key to the old tower?
Got the key to the ruins.
The key to the old tower? Who knows what's down there? There could be knowledge that's been lost for 100 years.
We should find out all we can.
I just hope it's well preserved. It would be terrible for knowledge to be lost forever. The entrance is on the east side of the island. Come on.
Out of the island.
Come on, open the door and let's see what's in the ruins.
This is the door. Use their key to unlock the door.
This is amazing. We may be the first people to come down here for 100 years. This must be the Chamber of Shrines. The senior wizards used it as a meeting room, and wizards joining the tower would pledge allegiance to one of the 4 orders here. I've read about it, but I never thought I'd see it. The greatest magical innovators of Gielinor once walked this room.
Yes, firing.
I wish we could spend more time exploring the ruins. If I can, I'll stay down here after we've done what we came for.
You said there were once 4 magical.
The old tower was made up of wizards from all over the world, with wildly different philosophies of magic. They arranged themselves into 4 orders dedicated to different gods: blue, green, red, and grey.
What about the Blue Order?
The blue wizards worshipped Saradomin, god of goodness and order. He's the most widely worshipped god in human lands. The blue wizards believed magic could be used to help people and focused on non-combat spells. They invented most of the enchantment spells in the standard spellbook we use today. After the first tower was destroyed, it was the surviving blue wizards who rebuilt it. The new tower is still a Saradominist institution, although these days a lot of wizards only pay lip service to the religion.
Tell me about the Green Order.
The Green Wizards worshipped Guthix, god of nature and balance. According to the Druids, Guthix created the world and then entered a deep sleep. Before the rise of our current civilization, the other gods went to war with one another for control of the world. After millennia of fighting, Guthix awoke and banished them, so they could no longer intervene directly. It was a follower of Guthix who discovered the rune essence, and the Green Wizards were the old tower's experts on rune crafting. Their statue depicts their founder transmuting a lump of rune essence into a stack of runes.
Tell me about the Red Order.
The Red Wizards worshipped Zamorak. Most people today see Zamorak as a god of evil, but for the Red Wizards, he was a god of chaos, personal strength, and creativity. Legend has it that Zamorak was once mortal, but he stole the staff of a god called Armadil and used it to ascend into godhood. Their statue holds a staff in memory of that. The Red Wizards focused on destructive spells, especially ones involving fire. They invented most of the battle spells that made their way into today's standard spellbook.
Tell me about the Grey Order.
There are other gods besides Saradomin, Guthix, and Zamorak. The Grey Wizards were those who worshipped lesser-known gods, such as Armadil or the Menephite pantheon, or were non-religious. The Grey Wizards didn't invent many spells, but they made some of the greatest contributions to pure magical theory. Their statue's sword symbolizes a sharp mind cutting into the heart of a matter.
Okay, what should we do now?
We need to get deeper into the ruins to the source of the power beam. It looks like that rune guardian is blocking the door.
Okay. What? That gray whenever I...
You have proved yourself worthy. All that remains is to determine the order to which you will belong. Are you ready to be tested?
It thinks we're new wizards joining the tower. Originally, you wouldn't be able to get to this room without passing the entry tests.
And what is this?
It's a rune guardian. The secret of making them was lost when the old tower was destroyed. It must have been standing at that door for 100 years.
What does the test involve?
I will ask you a series of questions. Your answers will reveal the order to which you are best suited. If you disagree with your allocation, you may take the test again.
Wait to be tested. Boarding hat of...
The first question. You are behind in your studies due to illness, and a test is coming up. Your place at the tower is safe, but if you fail, you will lose some respect. Another apprentice offers you an opportunity to cheat.
In between 3 and 4, honest. There is a place for...
The second question. An elderly wizard, the last practitioner of a unique branch of magic, dies. Her diary might contain details about her unique magic, but her will states that the diary should be destroyed on her death.
Oh, in between 1 and 2. There was an option for reading it, committing it to memory. Yes, who is technically following her?
The third question. A rival wizard is spreading lies about you and has made you the laughing stock of a nearby village. They believe you are of low intelligence and poor moral character, and throw vegetables at you when you visit. What do you do?
I mean, number 2 or 3. So I guess try to reason with the villagers.
The
I mean,
Fourth
personally, I
question.
just want.
You have become a senior wizard and are asked to take on an apprentice. The boy is talented but undisciplined and does not apply himself outside his areas of interest. What is your approach?
I mostly would care most.
The fifth question. A senior wizard asks you to take part in a ritual that will greatly benefit the tower. Before the ritual starts, you discover that he learned part of it from a demon. The ritual appears safe, but demons are expert liars.
Yeah. I guess the 1 and 2. Probably say.
Welcome, Grey Wizard.
Yeah, I got. I don't want to. Down the stairs to the gap in front.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm making a bridge.
You're what? That's a statue of Eratona the Green, who negotiated the treaties with local rulers that let the wizards transport runes from the Essence Mine. You can't just push her statue down.
You have a better idea?
Well, no, but be careful, okay? Try not to damage the statue.
Okay.
This is it. The heart of the old tower. The central spellcasting chamber where the old wizards performed their most powerful rituals. It's amazing. I never imagined I'd see it in person.
I could have seen it.
So do I. Most of the spells we use today were invented in this room. Wizards of all 4 orders cooperated for the sake of magical research. These vortices look like the one that attacked Wizard Warren. I want to find out what they are. I'll need you to attract a vortex into this circle and keep it there while I examine it.
And interesting. Not half done. Done. No, come here. Hey, pushed back.
They're not ghosts. At first, I thought they might be ghosts, but they're soul fragments. I've heard about putting part of yourself into your work. but the old wizards literally put part of their souls into the power beam.
They do that.
They must have wanted to create a very powerful magical effect. I don't know what they were trying to do, but whatever it was, do you know what this is? I think this is what destroyed the first tower. I think there was an enchantment keeping the vortices here, but someone has removed it. Now, they're able to go up the beam to the new tower, and you saw the trouble they can cause.
Who might have removed that enchantment?
I can't tell, but it happened recently, within the last few days. It looks like we weren't the first people to come down here after all. I can replace the enchantment that was keeping the vortices here, but it'll take some time. While I do it, you need to go back to the new tower and delay Cedrador's casting of his Icenic Purge.
Why do I need to delay Cedrador?
The Icenic Purge floods the tower with energy, but these vortices are attracted to magic. All it'll do is draw them up into the tower and make it impossible to get rid of them. I can restore the enchantment that kept the vortices in the ruins, but I need to do it while they're still here.
How can I delay Cedrador?
I don't know, but I'm sure you can think of something. If he's casting an Icenic Purge, he'll probably be in the library on the ground floor.
Okay, I'll do that now. Faster. And now here.
Please be quiet, adventurer. My assistant and I are casting an Icenic Purge, and we must have silence in order to concentrate.
I have to stop the Icenic Purge. Watch, my Cedrador ignores you. He's casting his spell.
Please be quiet, adventurer.
I distract you for a moment. To go play on the organ. I don't know what. Look.
Please don't do that, adventurer. The Icenic Purge is in a critical stage, and it is essential that all participants be able to concentrate. Adventurer, I must insist that you step away from that organ.
Yeah, shut. Ariane. 2012 graphics.
Break my concentration once more, and you will feel the wrath of the Grand Archmage of the Reborn Tower.
A roll.
The purge is complete. Thank you, fellow wizards. Whatever these entities were, they could not have survived such a powerful wave of magic. Adventurer, I suggest you leave the library and find your friend Ariane. Tell her not to worry. We have dealt with the problem without any help.
Yeah. Liar.
It was close, but I managed to restore the enchantment. The vortices are trapped in the ruins again. Thanks for your help, adventurer. I couldn't have done this without you.
Good question.
That's what I'd like to find out. They were a powerful wizard, and they knew what they were doing. This was a calculated attempt to damage the wizard's tower. There are Zamarakian magical orders who resent the tower's monopoly on the rune mysteries. The Zamarakian Magical Institute, the Dagon High, maybe more we don't even know about. They've attacked the tower before, but it's always been more direct. This is the first time they've come close to doing real damage.
You know what destroyed the old tower?
The last major discovery the old tower made was the inner secret of the rune mysteries, the teleport spell to the rune essence. I don't know for sure, but I'd guess that somehow led to the tower being burnt down. Maybe one of the orders wanted to keep the rune mysteries to themselves. The old tower was made up of wizards from all over the world, with wildly different philosophies of magic. They arranged themselves into 4 orders, dedicated to different gods. Blue.
Oh. No more questions.
Thanks again for helping me get down there.
Happy to help.
Well, thanks again. I found some things in the ruins you might be interested in. They're yours if you want them.
Have any mine runes? Air talisman. And a magic lamp.
I'm going to head back down to the ruins to study the vortices. I want to find out what happened to the old tower and who released the vortices from the ruins. Meet me down there if you want to help.
Right, that's Rune Mysteries. It leads directly to its sequel, Rune Memories. They were released the same day. Too much to keep it all in one very long quest up. Anyway, so that was Rune Mysteries. Probably one of my favorite starter quests. Also the desert. I haven't even got to yet. So. For that one. But anyway, next episode will be Memory. This storyline of Ariane. And as always, thanks for watching. Catch you next one.